I'm not going to do this for every one of these videos, but I was just looking on my YouTube studio and I got notified that this video has over 175,000 views. Now, oh, too close to the mic. Now, I had a look at it, and some of the designs I did kind of rate low. So what I did is I took 5 Peashooter variants and I decided to redesign them in what I think would make them look more visually appealing, whether that be quite minimal changes or overall redesigns. So I put a few together and I want to see what you think. When it comes to Fire Pea, it's alright. It's, you know, it's a pea shooter on fire. Since he's on fire, his leaves that were originally on his head have disappeared because obviously they burnt off. Now, what I'm not a fan of is how, other than the pods, there's no real transition from his plant itself to the fire. What I came up with is I went full in depth and made him a fully scorched version. If you watch the Rose video, I call her Scorch Rose. But for this pea shooter here, he's very scorched in terms of his body, and then that leads into burn marks on his face and him being completely, you know, on fire, because it gives him a sense of danger. Sorry, I'm just applying it. It would give him a sense of danger. Oh, it's gonna crash, isn't it? Watch Adobe crash. Watch it. Oh, isn't that hilarious? As for Ice Pea, similar situation. I like this a bit more. These icicles on his hand, which kind of, you know, they kind of show you how cold he is. His eyes being, you know, blue, and the crystals. It's a good adaptation of Snow Pea. However, in terms of Garden Warfare, I don't really like it too much. So, what I have done, made him more blue, put some snow on his nose, and made his leaves mint leaves, because I thought the different leaves from his feet would help differentiate themselves. And he's a bit more cracked along the face. Him having no pupils to kind of show you how cold and hollow he is as well, I feel like would be a nice touch. And the crystals up here being way more jagged and crooked to kind of give off a more realistic ice type design, which I feel like what I've gone for here isn't too dissimilar from this. Especially the leaves and the different shading, crystals and snow would definitely help elevate this sort of variant.
Should have been put out of your misery.
Now for nobody's favorite, Commando Pea, which is, it's alright. I mean, what I did learn from post-releasing that video is that this bandana is a banana peel, which is funny enough, I guess. But if you look at it from here, it just looks like Pea Shooter until you look up and then it's Pea Shooter 0.5 because his face didn't finish loading, which I know it's supposed to look like an SMG, which is like, is alright. I feel like they could have gone a bit more in depth with this, which is why I have taken a more Rambo-y approach to it, with the longer hair and the bandana being less of a banana peel. Well, it's still banana peel-esque, but it's more of a skinned peel with less of the black spots on it, having a bit of war paint, and his magazines being quite literally magazines, and also him actually having a bit of a Tech 9 inside of his mouth, which helps elevate that sort of rampage aesthetic that this character has. And I was gonna have these be camo, but I kind of feel like making it clean, plasticky looking. Well, I don't know, it kind of, to me, I just went with this design in the end. But I mean, you could add some camo on this and I suppose it could look a bit better, but also the roots underneath also being kind of a carbon gray. I think that this would definitely push people to play him more, because as it stands, to me, this variant here doesn't look really appealing. And I know this is my art, so I know saying that, oh, I think this one was better, is very, you know, a design like this would definitely work better. So for Plasma Pea, I'm pretty sure everyone's 50-50 on the fence of which one is better. We've got the more futuristic and darker blue design, and then we have the more teal and navy space design from Garden Warfare 1. Now, personally, I couldn't choose which one of these I 100% like more, because these designs both have equal good aspects and bad aspects to them. And you know what I did? I just went, you know what, we're going to combine the two of them. I think the dark blue base is definitely stronger, but the actual tips of his pods and his feet being closer towards Garden Warfare 2's Plasma Pea, and the more galactic effect that I decided to go with, I feel like adds a level of power, because in the sticker book and to the community, this guy's technically overpowered to the lore. I gave him these nice little star spots all over him. Again, that portion amplified the galactic vibe of this variant. When in doubt, if you can't pick one or the other, combine both. Even though this design isn't very good, I like it for how it's trying. It's the thing, but in pea shooter form. Personally, orangey brown doesn't really fit rock. It kind of fits more mud or dirt or shit. So, make him grayscale, add more of a gem aesthetic with some moss. I kind of feel like if this Bejeweled kind of put together would have definitely made Rock Pea feel more unique. Because as it stands, I think he's a majority of people's preferred worst pea shooter, because a pea shooter with more health and less movement speed is obviously going to be a bit more boring. But then again, pea shooters have hyper, which doesn't last too long. These type of variants, I'm not going to go in depth with this now because this is a design related video that I'm just doing, but I'm just going to give my opinion on them now. Take away the bonus health, give them a 10-15% damage reduction like how the ZMech and BFN handles it. Keep the speed the same, but for this pea shooter, make his hyper so he still moves the same speed, but he doesn't jump as high because he's heavy. How does that sound? Yep, I added a little Among Us thing because I'm funny. What do you think of my redesigns? Would you prefer if the variants looked more like this, or have I ruined what was already pretty good? Let me know what you think, and don't worry, next real video is coming soon, so don't go anywhere.